Hey guys, it's Saturday morning, and this is where we get an opportunity to just slow down and go through the greenhouse. I try to keep everything up to date with the little shorts, so hopefully you're all enjoying those. And let's walk on through. So you can see gradually what I've been doing is including you in my little painting projects. So this is an ongoing project here, so I'm actually painting planters and everything pretty much that I can get my hands on to add some color into the greenhouse besides the flowers. So I decided on an aqua blue for my white planter, and I'm going to continue on with the water well here and probably make that entirely pink, but I haven't decided. Our flowers are doing amazing. The rose tree is doing amazing, so it's gotten rid of its first flowers. It's windy in here today. We got a storm coming in. And now we've got new flowers that are coming out on the tree. I'm probably going to end up permanently planting this in here, but I have to choose a spot first. All right, let's take a look. Our grapevine is graping. Check it out. Let's move all this out of the way. Look at all the grapes in there. We have way more grapes this year than we did last year. As a matter of fact, I'm on my third trimming of the grapes. As you can see here, it's actually taking over my poor little apple tree, so I'll have to trim that today. The grapes can get kind of out of control if you don't sort of clip them through the summer. We've got a lot of grapes, so I don't necessarily have to keep all of this greenery. We can actually start trimming it now. All right, our little beds are growing at a rapid pace now. Of course, now that the temperature's changed, so the Swiss chard, the chicory, my marigolds in the back, all of those are really starting to grow now. I've got a chocolate cherry sunflower that grew from last year, so I left them in. Then the other things that are growing great is my outrageous lettuce. So outrageous is basically just sort of an open frilly lettuce that I grow every year, but it's tipped with red. But you can see the size of these. They're actually really beautiful. So we're going to pull these pretty soon. Some of them we're going to leave in because I want to save the seed from it. Lots of seed from these lettuces. So if you're into saving seeds for lettuce, never having to buy lettuce seed again, this one is a great one too. Really tasty. It's got nice green leaves inside, but then it gets that nice sort of kissed red on the outside. So I can't wait to pick that for later, so we'll take that out. And if you look really closely, a few nights ago, we actually had frost outside, which is hilarious. So sometimes some of my plants you'll see will be showing those signs of distress. Check out the basil. Basil was not happy it got cold out the other night. All right, moving on. So the roses are coming to an end for this cycle. So what'll happen is a lot of these will die out. I'll just have greenery that's over the trellis. And then around sort of the end of August, September, I'll have another flush of roses that I can enjoy before the winter, which is kind of nice. We've got a mulberry tree here that loves being in this little pot. I was thinking about planting him outside this year, but he's super happy, so I'm gonna leave him. All right, let's get back over to the veggies. Okay, guys, the veggies. I didn't think broccoli and cauliflower would do amazing in a greenhouse, but they totally are. So I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna start all the way over here. Look at all these little peppers here. So these are gonna be a snack lunchbox pepper. You just basically eat them right off the plant. Our cauliflowers are starting to wrap. So you're going to see wrapping before it starts forming the head. See all the way down in there? Doing amazing. I've never had cauliflower this big. Look at this. And the color of the leaves is awesome. All right. We've got our red pimentos, so everything is really taking off now. I've got tons of blossoms and lots of peppers starting. And now we've come to our purple broccoli. So this entire line of plants right here is all purple broccoli. So I'll show you inside. It's wrapped pretty tight. There's another one that actually is bigger. Here we go. Trying to show you without injuring it. So you can see all the way down in there, we've got the head of broccoli is starting to form. This one is a little bit tiny, and then we've got this one. Oh, here, this one's even better. Check it out. Isn't that amazing? So we'll have some really nice broccoli. So it's going to be one big head of broccoli, and then of course once you cut the broccoli you'll have the side shoots. So we'll have pretty much broccoli all summer, which is awesome. These are our Nata Pinos. So for those of you who are growing the Nata Pino seeds, you can expect this to be the end size of your Nata Pino. So they're actually really a great stuffing jalapeno Nata Pino, if you want to look at it that way. You'll have the same great jalapeno taste, you just won't have the heat. But they get fairly big, so they're great for stuffing and pickling. Here's the eggplant. Coming right along and very happy. You can tell the difference in size from the last full tour. I'm growing a purple rice this year, so we'll see how that comes out. Got more purple broccoli. And then we have my red pimentos. So lots of blossoms on these ones, and I did a succession planting, so these ones are going to give us fruit a little bit after the other ones, so that we'll have constant peppers all summer long, which is what I want. Peppers, and more peppers. I'm still transplanting. And now we've got, then down here so you guys can see, we have got a mustard habanero pepper. So you can see that famous habanero shape taking place. It's going to be a yellow mustard habanero. So this is basically a habanero out of Pennsylvania from the 1990s. It's wrinkled. It's going to stay green for a little while. And just like the write-up says, it's anywhere between 100,000 to 325,000 SHU. That is one hot pepper. So I'll have to be careful saving those seeds. Blackberries have popped up everywhere in this greenhouse. We're going to have a huge fresh supply of blackberries this year. I can't believe it. More blackberries. And then I have starfish peppers, which are another hot pepper. Okay, let's double back and look at tomatoes. Here we go. So we've got our Primo tomatoes. I was in here weeding yesterday, so I got down to only a certain spot before I was distracted and had to do something else, but you'll see how many tomatoes that we actually have in here. And just so you know, this year we have about 150 tomato plants planted and almost double that in peppers. There we go. More Primo. Lots of beautiful blossoms. Check this out. This plant is loaded. So it's not going to be long before we have tomatoes. We've got more tomatoes there. And you see now why I why I actually plant the tomatoes towards the back, because then that way what'll happen is I can start clipping them onto the cattle panel, which helps them stay up, especially if they have a lot of tomatoes on them. So that helps. Swing on down here. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Oh, everything's in the way. There we go. More tomatoes there, more tomatoes there. I swear there's more tomatoes here than there was yesterday. Get this down here. Check it out. But they're just loaded with blossoms. All of the tomatoes this year. I'm really happy about that. More blossoms. And just above me, these are hops. So the idea is to make our own fermented either beer this year, or strictly just beer, or just basically dry the flowers and put them up in the store, because hops, you can use hops obviously for flavoring any kind of fermented drink. So there's a few really big vines here. So if the flowers actually turn out, you'll probably see me probably put some of those flowers up on the store for fermenting. Look at all the tomatoes, guys. Wow. I try to make use of the space in here with every possible inch in this bin. So that's why you always see 2 levels of planting. So you'll always see peppers usually in the front, and then of course the tomatoes in the back. More blossoms. We grew a giant sized Brandywine tomato this year. So I'm waiting to see, this is these guys, waiting to see how they turn out. And in the back over here, this is our Black Beauty. Quite happy in the corner, getting watered. And then we have what's called an Andes Buck Flats tomato. So we'll see how that one turns out. And there, and this is the picture that you guys normally see when I'm doing my shorts videos. So you get to see me sort of walking around, trying to do the video, trying to show you in one full swoop in 1 minute how many plants we actually have growing in here. It's amazing how much you can plant in one garden bin that just circles and goes all the way around. That's a lot of food. And then I'm still working on transplanting a few things. We've got our green bell peppers that have actually started. And then I've started some more zucchini down here. We've got some hascaps we have to plant. And then I also have more red peppers. Red peppers are so good for you. So I'm going to be planting more of those. As a matter of fact, I've got to get them in the ground soon because they're starting to flower. That's it for us today, guys. Thought I'd take you for a really quick tour to show you what is growing in the greenhouse and when we're going to be harvesting. It looks like probably within the next month, we're going to have tomatoes. So we hope to take you along with us then. Hope you're having a fabulous weekend. See you soon.